Hey, family. Hey, hey. Welcome on in. Welcome back if you're returning, and welcome in if you are new. Hello to both categories of people. I appreciate you both being here. If you are new, consider staying a while. Hopefully, you enjoy. Check out some of the other content. Like, share, subscribe. My name is Nettie. Also, comment if these messages resonate with you. I'd be happy to know how they resonate with you. But I am Nettie, and I am here as your guide to the vastness of the universe that is you by way of self love. And it happens that Spirit gives me messages. So I channel messages for the collective until there's more. There will be more. But all spirit guided. So today will be no different. And these messages come through in all forms and fashions. And so whatever I'm getting in the moment or have gotten to deliver is what I deliver when and how I deliver it. No no realm or adventure untapped is what I'll say. But anyway, enough of that. Y'all see how this thing goes if you're here long enough. But anyway, I hope y'all doing great. You doing great? I'm doing great. I'm gonna looking a little chia pettish, but it's all good. It's all good. The messages come whether I look like a chia pet by the head or not. But anyway, I feel great. Still. Listen, I've been out there getting that work in. Hopefully, y'all getting that work in too. Which brings me, interestingly enough, it segues right into one of the messages. I had no idea at what point it was going to come out or what the structure would be, but Spirit was saying in one of the messages earlier today to make sure that you all are getting out and moving your body and getting your heart rate up for at least 20 minutes in a day. And Spirit was saying getting your heart rate up in a way that isn't stress and worry. So do something active and get you some dopamine to ease your mind, your spirit, your body, and your soul. So yeah, that was one of many messages, and it's so interesting. I was conversing with Spirit, and I was asking some questions about just the direction taking all of this, especially considering the messages that I was given, because I was given a bunch of messages about a bunch of different things, and it's really whole life stuff. And Spirit was like, yeah, because we're dealing with whole life stuff. We are dealing with the wholeness of the person, and that is self love. Every aspect of who you are, you have to deal with in self love, in reverence for you, all that is you. Y'all, listen. Spirit was also saying about this mission that is so key because nobody is teaching us or nobody has taught how to be your own why, how to love yourself so that you are enough to be your why for all of your endeavors in life. Nobody should come before you. There is popular belief, the most popular belief system is that everything and everyone should come before you and that you come last. And even if nobody says it exactly that way, it's suggestive. There's a thing called auto suggestion that takes place. That's what Spirit was telling me earlier, that we don't really realize is happening, but it's the same thing that happens with music and movies and all of the things that affect our subconscious and get inside of us and shape our belief system. So, Spirit wants to deal with us on every level, give us the means to navigate this life in self love. The thing that's not accounted for in the other teachings is that unless you are for yourself something first, you don't have the capacity to be that thing in fullness and in wholeness to anyone else. So there's that. There is a huge need to be self-sufficient in this way. That is the only way you give anything of sustenance to anyone else, is what Spirit has been telling me. So that's why I'm here. That is what we're doing here. We are learning to love ourselves so that we can be the greatest version of ourselves. And listen, we are fractals of God. We are the expression of God. We come here in the capacity of God as expression so that God might be able to express, Source might be able to express, the universe might be able to express through each and every one of us. Consider for a second that God, as we would consider it, not as we were taught it overall by religion, but we know the universe, God, source to be infinite, infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, Alpha, Omega, all, the beginning and the end, and everything in between. That said, you have to recognize the correlation of who you are as God in that lineup. And from, I want to say, I'm hearing a practical standpoint, but just as a means to simplify in a sense, the all knowing is all knowing, therefore perfect, right? So the only way for there to be experience beyond perfection, you require contrast. And in that way, you get to experience a multitude of difference and adventures and expressions in creating this human form. So, all of us are out here as expressions of God, doing all the things that we're doing because why? God has put in us desire to do certain things. So, with that said, we do those things, we get fulfillment from it, and experience the greatness of this expression as God. It's a nuanced concept, but just sit with it for a second and think about the greatness of that. And all of that said is to return you to the sacredness that is you in self love so that you can be empowered and you can see the power that you actually do have. You are not here as mere man, even though we live like that because nobody is telling us that. Also, interesting. Spirit asked me a question yesterday to ask the collective. Now, I didn't record yesterday, so apparently that's what y'all get today. Spirit was saying or asking, what if the golden calf is everything outside of you? And it wasn't a question that Spirit needs answered. It is a question that you are to ponder on and consider and think about. If you are God, nothing should come before you. And you are to not idolize anything outside of yourself. That would make that thing the golden calf that the scripture often thinks of. Your purpose is the expression and expansion of God. With that being the case, anything that you idolize and put more belief in outside of yourself would be that golden calf. So there's that. Actually, no. That wasn't the question. I'll read the question. That was what I recalled the question to be. So I'll go back and more accurately read the question that Spirit gave me to write. It said, or it says, what if I told you that the golden calf was everything that isn't you? You are God and the universe. Infiniteness at its finest. Caring for and idolizing things, places, and people outside of you is the golden calf and the God put before me. That is you. The interest of God is all that concerns you. Why? Because God is you and using you for expression and expansion. The universe, source, God has given you every desire you have to live out this experience through you. Contrast and all. Contrast, especially. Infiniteness is perfection, so contrast is necessary for the experience and expression. God expresses through you to show how greatness and infiniteness I don't know what I wrote right there. God expresses through you. I don't know what that is. Oh, God expresses through you to show how greatness and infiniteness is limited. Limitlessness is what that is. So yeah, Spirit wanted to express that because we just get it wrong. And unfortunately, we're being largely taught that we need a why that is greater than ourselves when really nothing is greater than you. There isn't a single thing, place, person that is greater than you. If you are God, you are everything. You are infiniteness. You are limitlessness at its finest, as Spirit was saying. And there is a need for you to recognize and live in that fully. That is the return to sacredness. That is the return to your love for yourself. You are everything. I was reminded of that song. I'm every woman. But if you, it takes this return for you to be able to see yourself from this different point of view. When you can see yourself from this different point of view, then you know your power. You know how great you are. You're able to tap into the confidence that is in you because it's not that you are without confidence. You can't be without confidence because you do so many things that require confidence. Now, sometimes it's misdirected and in ways that are harmful or not beneficial to where you would like to go, but you are confident enough to do those things. We are confident enough to live out those things that people teach us. For instance, we've been taught to love higher than ourselves, or to do it is that it is better to put everybody else before us. And that gets inside of us. And the subtext of that gets deeply rooted is that I am nothing. I don't have to care for me. I don't have to take care of my being and my body and my mind. I can get into a bunch of relationships that are pointless and do not serve me or my purpose in this life. That is what all of that tells us without blatantly saying so. We never, because of how our minds work and how we are, our subconscious connects to all that we have an emotional resonance with and expression for. We express and emotionally are connected to those things, and it shows up in our everyday life. Whether we want to see it or not, it's always showing up. So we have to be in a position to take our power back. Take your power back. That's what Spirit wants you to do. Recognize who you are. Also, it's not for nothing that the conditioning is this way. It's so much more beneficial for you to not know who you are. Because if you know that you are limitlessness and infinite in all your way and in your wisdom and in your light, and you begin to align more so with that and tap more so into that, how then can you be controlled? How? How can you be controlled? And if you are guided by, I'm hearing, mixed text in teaching, then you are easily misguided, because often it's mixed with lies. It's some things that have truth. It's some things that are truth sprinkled with lies. But overall, without discernment, you don't know what is what. So it sounds like it's all true. I'm hearing that it's important to align yourself to be able to discern for yourself and allow Spirit to guide you through what is actually truth, what is actually light, what is actually fueling and propelling that power component and capacity that is God within you. If I was hearing or about to say, if it doesn't feel good, it's not something that resonates. Now, that's not to say that every single thing in our lives is going to feel good, right? It's just saying we all have this depth of knowing because we are God. We have the biggest part of us is spirit. Now, we live in this meat suit as a human in many a capacity, but inside you have this knowing. People call it intuition. Some people call it something told me. Some people say it's a gut instinct. People call it a number of things, but it's that internal knowing. That is your God component. So whenever you're listening to a message, not because I'm hearing, not because it's not what you've been taught before, but match it up and see if it fits and aligns with what you feel in your spirit. If it feels empowering, if it gives you power, or if it diminishes you. If it doesn't give you power, then likely it is not your guidance. Everything that is for you, everything that is of light, should give you light, should give you power. None of it should give you weakness and discouragement. That is how you know. So check in. Trust the inner knowing that you have. Now, we're constantly working at getting better and cultivating that. And at first, it's hard to trust yourself because you've been under this other teaching for so long. And it's giving you the ultimate doubt and lack of confidence and low self-esteem. So you don't really know that you can trust yourself. But start practicing, is what I'm hearing. Start practicing listening to your inner guidance. It ain't gonna always sound like it makes sense. It won't always make sense to your logical mind, but because it's not logical concepts. Spirit always says to not try to use logic to understand spiritual matters. So make sure that you try that spirit. Try all the spirit and energy of a thing by your own spirit. And you'll begin to be able to have access and see more how to trust yourself. You'll feel it moving and resonating more so within. But it takes time and it takes practice. Spirit just reminded me to go to this place because I don't know why. Obviously because somebody need to hear it. But Spirit is saying about time. Time does not heal all wounds, like people say. Spirit has said time heals nothing. It's only action that heals. So if that resonates, then take that with you for yourself. Because apparently it was tailored and especially for you. Anyway, I hope that you were able to get it. I hope this is something that you can see for yourself to be able to make this return to your sacredness and to be able to utilize, I'm hearing, and wield your power. Wield your power. Slang that thing around. Because you have the power to do and to be and to have. Think about the infiniteness of God. And when you think about the infiniteness of God, I want you to recharge and reboot and get after everything that you desire in this life. It is yours to have and to hold, is what I'm hearing. Spirit gave you those desires. And not only did Spirit give you the desires, but all of the capacity to accomplish all of them. But if you continue, I'm hearing, in the ways of powerlessness, you won't get there. It'll take a multitude in the abundantness, I'm hearing, of your power to get there. Because what Spirit has given you is so big and so powerful in and of itself, nothing else can accomplish it. It is scary, I'd imagine. In fact, you know what? Just another part. Where is it? I just wrote this. I remember Spirit giving me that. So Spirit was saying the plan you have or are working on, you were doing something no one else is or has ever done before. That is the point. Don't let it scare you. Transmute this scary energy and use it as a source of power. Be seen. And I'm hearing now, make them hear you, make them feel you. Don't listen to what anyone has to say about it. They know nothing about it to tell you. It's not for nothing that Spirit has given you the idea and desire to do something that hasn't been done before. You'll need all of the self-love capacity to do it, because you will have to put yourself first. You must put yourself first. Self-love is the thing that's going to get you there, because that is the thing that is going to keep you disciplined. You don't need, it's your why. People are going to tell you that your why has to be bigger than you. Nothing is bigger than you. Everything else is secondary to you. And this is not in the way that the world will characterize selfishness. This is in the selfishness that is, you got to lock in and you got to become everything that you need to for yourself to get there in order to be able to have somebody else as a why. You have to first love yourself enough to lock in, get the discipline, structure, and stamina and ability to get fit, to clear your mind, to focus. All of that takes self-love. And another thing Spirit was saying, if you think that it's not significant that you love yourself to get to these places, consider that there are a multitude of thousandaires, millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires who get to the top and are still 100% empty, and many of them kill themselves. You need you. You need you more than anything else. The rest of it is 100% going to come, because everything is on the other side of loving yourself. Test it out. Anyway, Spirit wants you to be in this more empowered, fulfilled place, to be whole, to reach that sacredness for yourself so that you can go after everything that you're here for. Go do that thing. Go do that thing, man. Anyway, that is the message. I leave you this message in love and in light, only and always. And until next time, go on and love yourself. Love yourself to the bone.